Today I'm in Essex and I'm here to do a ruined church which you've just sort of seen in front of you. Beautiful, beautiful day to be doing this. So enjoy your history lesson, although potentially brief, and I'll see you on the other side. Come on, let's go. Situated just shy of Colchester in Essex lies a beautiful church ruin that has a wonderful history, that of St Peter's Church. Built originally in the 12th century, the church was mostly made from Kentish ragstone and flint dressings, as well as some reused Roman brick. The church, as was common, would see many changes, notably seeing the church being rebuilt and enlarged in the 14th century. Then it would remain substantially unaltered from this period until the Victorian times, when they added a southern aisle and a porch on the north wall. Sadly, its demise came when in 1971 a massive fire occurred, which gutted the church, causing the collapse of the roof and the belfry. And then, due to the damage and cost, it remained the ruin that you now see. Thankfully, the site has been given Grade 2 listed status and the cemetery is still being used. On another note, the site has now become a hub for the paranormal, noting witchcraft having been taken place, as well as orbs and spirit lights and the occasional unexplained noises having been noted. And in my opinion, this place is definitely one that you should visit, should you be in the area. Well, welcome back everybody. From the get-go, I just want to say this is absolutely beautiful here, a beautiful area as well. Kind of one of these places where, you know, when you sort of drive down, you sort of think to yourself, oh, I've got to stop because I might be going the wrong way. Trusting your Google Maps, of course you do, and then you get here and you're like, wow. And you can understand why it's also notably potentially haunted as well. It's just one of these places that you can imagine, because of how sort of distant away it is, not too far away from sort of like the village and everything else, but how sort of like sparse it feels. You can imagine there being sort of spirits and everything else that are associated with it. I don't really feel anything here, but like, as I sort of say, doesn't mean there isn't anything. But you know, like as you've seen before, sometimes I do get proper like a little bit, but actually no, on this one I'm kind of cool. But it's just beautiful, and I love the fact that what I love the most is you've got really well informed information boards, which obviously down there, well, I would say that, and then obviously you've got, although this has seen better days, it does say that the west wall of the nave, the outline of the west wall, 10th to 11th century, the church is visible at this end of the nave, set high in the centre of the wall. It's an original circular window, partly turned, I'm saying there, Roman brick, the arch window, 19th century edition. So you can see how it's lopsided. So there's our sort of Roman-esque. It's just it's remarkable. Roman brick. Roman-esque, Roman brick in them days. Very similar to sort of Recolvi. You know, you do see that Roman brick with that beautiful, beautiful red sort of small sections of it. Sort of see some in there as well a little bit. Wonderful though, really, really pretty. I love this. Look. And then you can see people have obviously scribbled their names and stuff like this. You can see originally this probably would have been a door or something as well leading. It's wonderful steps, so cool, really nice. One that I've wanted to do for a long time, and it's just nice to get out really into Essex. I haven't been out in Essex in a very long time as I'm recording this. I just felt I needed just to get out and do some really basic stuff today, and here I am. And it's a winner. Look at this, walk out, how beautiful. Graves, that is pretty. Nature is out in full abundance today as well. which is wonderful to hear. So much so, in fact, a pigeon almost scared the life out of me. So there you go. But look at this. Like I've always said before, there's something very special about ruins, you know. It's just they're just a wonderful sort of thing that, you know, retains probably more energy than one that was actually fully formed. You know. You know what I mean by fully formed? You know, standard. I really can't talk today. If you're new to the channel, by the way, this is quite a common occurrence. Basically, because I have anxiety, it means that my brain goes about 200 miles an hour, and it's sometimes hard just to sort of stop brain mouth going at constant times. And as I sort of said before, because I'm very geeky, it's just really hard sometimes to slow it down because my anxiety, the back of it's just, yeah. So sometimes if I stutter or stumble or whatever, it's because my brain's just having to sort of try to slow itself down. So yeah, forgive me on that. Not much I can do about it. Sadly, I wish things like that when I got older would go, but they just don't seem to. But it's okay. It makes for, sometimes I can sort of laugh at it and go, oh yeah, do you remember that time I knew exactly what I was looking at, and yet for some strange reason I kept saying something else. Pretty much most of the time on this channel, to be honest with you. Happily somebody's put Hell's Gateway there, which is a bit frustrating, but there you go. Somebody's put their phone number there for a good time. No thank you. That's it. I mean, like I said, every angle of this is just picturesque and it's wonderful. And I think we should just wander around just a little bit more. Come on. So we're at a Commonwealth war grave site, so it would be apt that we find one, and we've got one. This is really interesting. So this is Private John Edward Franklin of the Essex Regiment, who sadly passed away on the 27th of October 1918, aged 25. And there you go, the Essex Regiment with the Egypt insignia at the top. Remarkable. There are a few around here that I can sort of see, but it seems to be the closest one that I've just seen right now. I'm sure there are a few dotted around as well, but there you go. One of our Commonwealth war graves. Let's keep looking. So, just sort of spend a little bit of time to myself at the moment because as is quite common with me, I have my ups and downs emotionally, and that's just unfortunately part of my DNA. I have anxiety and mental health quite bad most of the time, not most of the time, on occasion, and actually a place like this is quite tranquil and spiritual. Brings my energy up a little bit more, which is fantastic. And obviously, as I've said before on this channel, I don't sort of hide my anxieties or my mental health. Like I said, if anything, you know, I do try and encourage everybody who has got similar sort of things to just get out there, try and get some fresh air. It does you the world of good. Get on a drive, do whatever, and just pick yourself up a little bit. Be in touch with nature. You don't have to even talk about that in a spiritual sense. You can just get out and embrace it a little bit. It does work for me quite well. But what I was going to say was, sorry, I got distracted. What I was going to say was, what's really interesting about it, so we're not too far away, we're actually very stones far away from Colchester, and it's kind of strange because my family, or my granddad, who passed away, he came from Colchester, and he was part of the, I've talked about this before briefly, part of the Enniskillen Regiment Guards, and so, and my family, actually, believe it or not, well, part of my family, originated from Colchester, and they were all military. Which is kind of strange. So I feel, you know, like when you sort of come around this area, it's quite nice because I sort of feel like actually closer to my sort of relatives in a strange way, part of my relatives anyway. But actually, the irony is actually we've got descendants from Ireland, so I'm actually part Irish as well. And on my mum's side, that's a whole other thing as well, which I'll probably talk to you about at some other point. But the reason why I say it is because we literally in Colchester, where actually, strangely enough, my ancestors, my granddad and great relatives like that, were stationed there, and they all went to the army around that area. So it's just quite nice, sort of come a little bit closer to sort of their footsteps. Let's keep looking. So interesting enough, this sort of talks about the Roman Britain. I've spoken about this a few times, like I said, again as a reminder, namely a reculver, which is really interesting because you can distinctly delineate the Roman reuse of the Roman bricks and tiles, and you do see that quite a lot. And I'm pretty almost certain I've spoken about it a few times in some probably older videos, actually not too recently. But it was just basically, well, it says the late Saxon builders of St Peter's Church solved this problem by reusing Roman bricks that might have been salvaged from the ruins of one of the villas. And obviously we know that the size of Roman villas was huge, depending, but most of them are very, very large, so you can imagine the reuse of that. So you do see them sort of dotted in between sometimes. It's remarkable, really, to sort of see that, you know, really, really interesting. But yeah, we see it a lot everywhere actually, and it's strange because, like I say, I just remember always talking about the reculver one. Maybe I spoke about it on the video, but I just remember when I used to invite my friends out and to speak about like the reuse of stuff, and yeah, remarkable, really, really cool. But yeah, it's just beautiful, isn't it? It's just so picturesque, and it's Essex, you know. It's really, really lovely. And like I said, you know, the rumours of the hauntings and paranormal entities and energies, well, you know, these things happen, don't they? It's quite common to sort of see, and why wouldn't it be in a place of religion? But it should be haunting everywhere. Look at this. I was going to say the tiles on the floor tiles here, wonderful. Look at that. It's just amazing how certain things survive and certain things don't, really. And when you sort of see it, you're just like, oh. And you get things like this, like the corner detailing, you see, and the fact that it still survives. It's remarkable. So beautiful. Imagine that fire for this. Incredible, really. So pretty. I'm just going to go quickly into the other side here. Don't know if that wind's coming out, but you can imagine it gives it quite a sort of, you wouldn't want to be here on a dark night and experience that type of stuff. There you go. Really nice. Well, everybody, thank you so much for coming with me today and enjoying this. I needed it. It was good. Hopefully you can come and visit this place. If you, maybe you already have already, and that's great. And if you've done that, hopefully you've had a bit of contemplation and meditation or whatever you want to do to yourself, and just really do that. I'm back off to my home county of Kent now. So, in the immortal words of Phoenix history, thank you so much for coming along with me. I really hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for your support. It really honestly goes a long way, and from the bottom of my heart it just means the world, because it means that it encourages me to keep going and exploring these. So every view and every like that I get. Just heartfelt, means the world to me. So thank you so much. In more words, I think it's history because history matters. It does, doesn't it, really, in places like this? Take care, everybody, and of course, I'll see you all very soon. Ready? Let's do it. Kapow.